Boot number one. I call this one the boot with the big old fancy spur. Greetings and salutations, neighbors. Anthony here, and welcome to another Anthony Around Town video. This is the story of a single dad raising small kids in an almost equally small town. Now, if you guys have been subscribed to us so far, then you have gotten to see the first half of what I've just said. The dad aspect, raising his small girls, we just kind of do our thing. We put out a few videos in the past kind of focusing on that, but today I want to talk about the second half of that statement I just made. The fact that I'm raising those girls, Evie and Maddie, in this small little mining town in Nevada called Elko. And yeah, you heard right, Elko is actually a gold mining town, so a lot of the economy and a lot of the jobs here revolve around that. And I know a lot of you might hear, okay, gold mining, does that mean those guys go down into caves with pickaxes and kind of hit rocks until they find gold nuggets? No, not exactly. It's a little bit more of a refined process than that, and maybe one day in the future I'll do a video kind of breaking all of that down. But nonetheless, that's kind of how things function around here. Gold mining, and then we have a big Basque and cowboy culture. Just this awesome little gem in the middle of the desert. And since Ev and Mads are hanging out with their mom right now, I thought it would be cool to use this video to kind of give you a little tour of the city that I live in, kind of let you see exactly where all this is taking place. But make sure you come back here afterwards, because I have the epic dad question of the week that I want to pose to you neighbors out there. So don't miss that question. I definitely want to get your answers, but in the meantime, let's go explore. Now, as you might be able to see, guess I should have checked the weather before I came out, but it's a little bit rainy today. I guess that's to be expected. It is winter time. So I think in the summer, when it's a little less soggy, I'll give you guys like a walk around, behind the scenes look at my town. But I think for today, we're just gonna hop into the smoothest vehicle a man could own. That's right, the dad minivan.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna give you guys a little minivan tour of my town. So let's go check some stuff out. Yeah, no, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is a giant cowboy boot with some cool art on it. And cool thing about my community is we actually have dozens of these boots scattered all across the town at various businesses and other locations. So sometimes what people do is people show up here and they get like a little map of where all the boots locations are, and they go on a little boot tour. I don't remember exactly how many boots there are in total. Somebody who actually lives here in Elko, comment down below and let everybody know if you know the answer to that. But they're around, and I don't know, I think they're kind of cool. Boot alert! And look at this one's all blinged out and fancy. See, we do it nice here. This might be a cowboy town. We might have a lot of miners here doing their thing, but we can still keep it classy and fancy, people. And since I'm in this part of town, I gotta show you guys something cool. Yeah, that's the White King back there, baby. Isn't that pretty awesome? How many of you guys just have a giant exotic animal just chilling in your downtown area? I mean, I don't know, maybe you do. If you do, comment down below and let me know what that animal is. For my community, it's a giant polar bear. New York has the Statue of Liberty, London has Big Ben, and Paris has the Eiffel Tower. But none of those things compare to our iconic town monuments. Yes, that's our Centennial Tower celebrating 100 years of Elko being a community. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. That thing in the background in that little park back there is a train, and you can go hang out on that train basically whenever you want. This cool looking building that you see is actually our town's Chamber of Commerce. Fun fact, I actually worked here in this building for a good part of a year. The job was super awesome. I got to work with a lot of local businesses in town and help them succeed and all that. But then 2019 ended and I had a feeling that I needed to leave that job and just be home with my girls. And I didn't know why, because again, this was December 2019. And then we all know what happened in the year 2020. So yeah, it's a good thing I listened to my gut on that one. So I think what I want to do to end this minivan tour is take you to see 3 more boots. You guys want to see 3 more of those cowboy boots? Let's go see if I can find a few more. Boot number 1. I call this one the boot with the big old fancy spur. Boot number 2. The Starry Night boot. And the last and final boot is going to be the American flag boot that hangs out by this big old fancy water fountain. Boots for days, right? What did you guys think about that little voyage around the community? Like I said, eventually I'll show you more aspects of it in the future, but I just wanted to wet your whistle a little bit, give you a little taste of what's going on around here. So with that in mind, what you want to do is just make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, ring the bell, turn on notifications so you can continue to learn a little bit more about this community that the girls and I call home. And speaking of communities, that's gonna lead to my epic dad question of the week. My question to all of you neighbors out there is, what is your community like? Where do you live? Do you live in a small town like me? Do you live in a big city? What do a lot of people in your town do for work? What do they do for fun? I want to know about your communities. So what you're gonna do is just comment down below and tell me a little bit about where you live. I'd really like that, and I promise I'll go through and I'll read every single one because I legit want to know. So I'm gonna wrap up this video now so you guys can head down to the comment section and do that. Thank you so much everybody for tuning in to this Anthony Around Town video. Once again, I'm Anthony, and until next time, we'll see you around, neighbors.